Will you pray with me? Wondrous, loving, and caring God, we are so grateful for the opportunity to stop and talk with you. And I ask that you would guide us as we consider your very presence to give us wisdom. We know, oh God, that as we live life, there are times when we get into things that we shouldn't. Help us to learn to avoid such behaviors so that when we are involved in a project and something happens and we start to get angry, we start to get frustrated, we start to do things that might take it out on somebody else who really didn't do anything, just happened to be the person's there. Help us to avoid doing such behavior. There are so many different things that we do, oh God, in life that are wrong. And we need you to guide us to try to do those things less often. Because when we do those things less often, we feel better about ourselves and our world is better. So help us, oh God, to live a life that becomes the gospel, that becomes being a servant of Jesus Christ. Guide us so we can live following his ways. We recognize how important it was that he came and showed us how to live. Help us to stay focused on what he calls us to do, how he wants us to live. We know, oh God, that it can be easy to get distracted. We look at the political leaders, we look at the athletes of the world, we look at the different popular people, and sometimes when we have our focus go in those kind of different directions, we miss the focus which really needs to be on you. Even sometimes we end up focusing on beloved Christians that we know, caring people, and they can be wonderful examples to follow, but they too are people that have sometimes faults and failures in their lives. And sometimes we can get disappointed in how they lived. So help us to really remember we are to focus on you, your son Jesus, and the difference that he makes for us in our lives. We thank you for the wonderful ways that he lived and the wonderful things that he taught. And so we now unite praying the prayer that he taught us to say, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.